lie of omission. Imagine you're watching a video of a man who is being offered a drink, and the drink is being poured into his glass. And you see him saying, no, 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 no. You see his hands go, no, no, like this. You see him mouth that. Poor guy. He's being forced to drink that he doesn't want to drink. Who knows why he doesn't want to drink? But then the scope of the camera widens, and there's nobody else. The hand that's holding the wine bottle, the other hand, is his own hand. There's nobody else. This is an example of the lie of omission. When you omit a key detail, a key piece of information, the narrative is the exact opposite of the truth, of the facts. And the lie of omission is being used again and again in the world today, and especially in the last few years. And people just keep falling for it. Let me show you another example. Have you ever heard of the term grass fat? Which the term implies that the meat that comes from these cows are apparently ethical, in the sense that it's implied that they're not being stuck in these cruel factory farms. Do you imagine when you hear the word grass fat that the cows are freely eating the grass in open fields with the sun shining on them? That's what you would imagine, right? From the word grass fat. But no. The truth is, first of all, even if only 1% of their diet is grass, you can say it's grass fat. It doesn't have to be 100% or even 5%. And second of all, they're not eating the grass on fields of grass. Instead, they're still locked up in these factory farms, and the grass is being thrown at them through these machines that are rotating, and they have to just grab it with their mouths like that, as the grass just falls into their faces again and again, disrespectfully, so rudely. Look at the deception here, the level of deception here. It's worse when it comes to geopolitics. Entire groups of people are demonized, vilified, in order to simultaneously put the other group as completely victims, ironically dehumanizing both of them, because the other group is often seen as forever victims. Let me show you two more examples of that. In India, when our sacred Ram temple had the opening ceremony in January, you see so much Western media outlets demonizing it and turning a symbol of liberation into a symbol of oppression, a symbol of land back into something else entirely, in order to demonize the indigenous people who built that temple, in order to vilify them and portray their colonizers who has colonized that land for 1,000 years as victims by saying that this Hindu temple, Hindu Mandir, was built on top of a mosque, a Muslim sacred land. And every narrative conveniently leaves out two facts. One, that mosque was built on top of a destroyed Hindu temple. And when Hindus got that Hindu temple back, that's the first time anywhere that indigenous people got their sacred land back from colonizers. And the second fact they conveniently leave out is that the Indian Supreme Court also gave Muslims 5 acres of land to build a new mosque just a few kilometers from that temple, where Muslims are building the world's largest Quran. But do you see those facts in Western news outlets? No. In addition, when the Indian Supreme Court decided that indeed there was a mosque under that temple and therefore Hindus should build a new Ram temple on top of it, they used the work of a Muslim scholar and archaeologist, data from him. Did Western media outlets mention that? No. Again, when you leave out these facts, when the camera scope is narrowed instead of widened, you get a narrative that's complete opposite of the truth and facts. Another example. In my own country of origin, Myanmar, the Western narrative is that a Buddhist nationalist army is genociding the poor Rohingya Muslims, as a result of which, in the border with Bangladesh, there's 1 million refugees, which is basically the world's biggest refugee camp right now. And they even demonize our freedom fighter who has been fighting a military dictatorship for 20 years, who's a Nobel Peace Prize winner, and equated her with Trump, a white male cis-straight billionaire, just because she said both sides are in the wrong. Imagine comparing an indigenous woman with this, who has been fighting a military dictatorship for 20 years, and equating her with a white male cis-straight billionaire. The audacity of that. And the truth is, first of all, it's not a Buddhist nationalist army. It's a Marxist military dictatorship army, and they kill Buddhists too. They're anti-Buddhist. And the Rohingya Muslims actually committed a genocide against Rohingya Hindus. They killed the men and boys, raped the women and girls, forcefully converted them to Islam, trafficked them to Bangladesh after kidnapping them. That's what they did. But in the West, you don't even hear most of the time of the very existence of even Rohingya Hindus. When you hear the word Rohingya, you only hear Muslims. And in that whole skirmish, when they were genociding them, they ended up attacking the Myanmar military as well. The Myanmar military, being who they are, Marxist and greedy and power hungry and vengeful, retaliated and escalated disproportionately to the point that it is a genocide. But what's left out is that the Rohingya Hindus are caught between two genocidal forces, the genocidal Rohingya Muslims and the genocidal Myanmar military. And nobody mentions them except Amnesty International. And even they underreported. When they report something like this at all, it's because it's so bad that they have to report it. Yeah, that's the lie of omission right there again. Poem.
That was a lot of facts.
Yeah.
There's a lot of facts. And I love the delivery behind each fact that you stated in each example. I liked it. I appreciated the facts.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel very great. It's very vindicating.
Good.
Mhm.
I'm glad.
Yeah, yeah.
But tell people where they can find you, where you can be great.
They can find me right here on this account, Classic Consultant Sabra, and I am running a book club called The Blood Telegram, Kissinger, Nixon, and a Forgotten Genocide, and it's about the genocide of indigenous Hindus in Bangladesh, what was then East Pakistan at the time, uh, by these Islamic supremacist colonizers, and it's actually considered the second biggest genocide of the last 20 years, of the last 100 years, actually, the last 100 years. It happened in 1971, and 3 million indigenous Hindus were killed in East Pakistan and West Bengal. 20 million were ethnically cleansed, and 200,000 to 400,000 women were mass raped, and it's actually considered the biggest mass rape in history. And so it's shocking that people don't know about this, that it's considered a forgotten genocide. So that's why I'm doing this book club. And we have a meeting this Sunday at 3 p.m. PST, 6 p.m. EST.